and aren't. Or aren't. Call it recall.
I am Peyton Weaver from Arthur Hill High School. We now ask that you remain standing for the national anthem and the Canadian national anthem, sung by the Bay City Western High School Select Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see rise the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, oh Canada, glorious and free, oh Canada. Canada, we stand on guard for thee, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
You may be seated. Friends, good evening. My name is the Reverend Brenna Overland, and I am the pastor and head of staff here at First Presbyterian Church in Bay City, and it is my honor to welcome you here this evening on behalf of our session and the congregation. Friends, would you join me in prayer this evening? Holy God, protector and sustainer of the world, We come before you tonight to honor those who have given their lives in the utmost service. O Lord, you have said that the greatest thing we can do is lay down our life for a friend. And tonight we honor those who have laid down their lives, who have extended the greatest love and the greatest sacrifice that you yourself know, O Lord. For you know what it is to lay down your life to save others. And so this evening, O God, I pray that you would be with the family and the friends of those who have gone on to glory. May you wrap your arms around them, bring them comfort and hope in the midst of their loss, that they may know that their loved one is with you in glory and that you are with them every day until they are able to see them face to face once more. Amen.
Good evening. My name is Lucas Hildebrandt. I'm a senior at Freeland High School, and this is my second year attending the Saginaw Career Complex in the Law and Public Safety program. My plans for after graduation are to do 4 years in the Air Force, then follow in my father's footsteps and become a Saginaw police officer. Today we gather here to pay tribute to the brave men and women who dedicate their lives to serving and protecting our communities. We stand in gratitude for the active duty police officers who work tirelessly day and night to ensure our safety and uphold the rule of law. I am currently doing an internship at the Saginaw Police Department where I get to witness firsthand the challenges and sacrifices that our dedicated police officers face daily. From the tense moments of crisis to the quieter behind-the-scenes work that often goes unnoticed, I get to experience how great these officers really are. Me and my classmates will always remember the officers who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Their service will forever be in our hearts. A hero is a person who is admired for courage, outstanding achievements, and noble qualities. Thank all you officers for being my hero. I would also like to give a special thank you to the Saginaw Police Department for accepting me with open arms and mentoring me so someday I can be a great officer as they are.
Good evening and welcome to the 21st Annual Project Blue Light hosted by the law enforcement students of the Bay Aranac ISD Career Center and Saginaw Career Complex. My name is Avery Lupacella and I'm a senior at John Glenn High School, a second-year student in the criminal justice program at the Bay Aranac ISD, and I'm an explorer at the Michigan State Police Tri-City Post. Through all of these experiences, I have had the wonderful opportunity to witness and learn about the truly admirable and noble position of those who protect and serve us. We are here today to honor the officers who have fallen in the line of duty, but let us all also recognize the ones who still stand and continue to serve and protect our community. To those with us, officers and families of the fallen, on behalf of my class, I offer our condolences to those who have lost a hero. We thank you for being here. No doubt, law enforcement has been receiving a lot of criticism over these past few years, and the fact that they continue to do what they do is beyond inspiring and honorable. In our class, we have gotten to learn about all the dangers and issues the officers face while on duty and even when off duty. No matter where they go, issues can arise for them in uniform or not. It is humbling to hear about the sacrifice they make for us every day, and sometimes it goes unnoticed. Well, tonight it does not. When I was a kid, every time I saw a cop, I would get a proud feeling knowing they were the ones who were protecting me every single day of the year. And as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be a police officer. I wanted to help people. I wanted to stand alongside those heroes who run into danger to help the helpless, the people who carry out their duty no matter what. They are called to action and willingly take the call. Unfortunately, sometimes they do not return home. Those still with us and those no longer with us have legacies. They have an impact, and when I think of something I respect more than anything, the law enforcement profession is the first thing that comes to mind. So finally, I need to say thank you. Thank you for doing the job no one else wants to do. Thank you for putting your lives on the line for everyone else. Thank you for doing it day after day. Thank you to the families for your support and endless love, and thank you to those who lost their lives protecting us. To honor those who continue to serve and those who have passed away, The lights outside my house always have been and always will be the color blue, and I encourage you to shine that same beautiful color, for it carries the support and love we all have for those who take up the uniform. Thank you and have a wonderful Christmas.
Good evening. My name is Kylie Torres, and I'm a senior at Heritage High School and a second-year student in the Law and Public Safety program at the Saginaw Career Complex. While in my last year at the Career Complex, I have had the amazing opportunity of being Michigan's very first 911 high school apprentice, spending most of my week at the Saginaw County 911 Dispatch Center, taking real calls and getting firsthand experience while being a high school senior. Our public safety officials routinely embody courage, commitment, and selflessness, leaving their homes each day, not knowing what it could bring, yet they press forward, driven by that honor and commitment to protect each and every one of us. It's important to recognize that behind every uniform, there are families who share the burden of worry and sacrifices that come with this career. Their support is invaluable, and we thank them for their unwavering strength. In my months being in the dispatch training program, I feel honored being here, standing in front of those who put their trust in me daily, knowing that the decisions that I make over the phone can make a huge difference in getting my officers home safely. A role model is a person looked to by others as an example to be imitated. Thank you all for being our role models.
Hello, my name is Lucas Norco. I am a senior at Bay City Western High School and a second-year law enforcement student at the Bay Aranac ISD Career Center. We would like to thank all of you for attending the 21st annual Project Blue Light ceremony tonight and helping us remember these fallen heroes. After taking the law enforcement class at the Career Center has opened my eyes to many different aspects of law enforcement and the day-to-day challenges they face, whether it be protecting and serving an entire county, city, or state. It is a truly very difficult job, facing a new challenge every day. You put that uniform on, not knowing how your day will go or how it'll end up or what to expect. Every officer wants to go home to their families, but some have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty who cannot go home to their families anymore. I can't imagine the pain and suffering that families have to go through, either losing a parent, husband, or wife. These past 6 weeks, I've been right along with Aranac County Sheriff's Department and being able to see the job firsthand. It's incredible how calm and collective the officers can be, knowing every traffic stop there's a gun, not knowing how it can go down, or even wondering if they'll go home to their families that night. It is a very stressful job, there's no doubt about that. It's truly unfortunate how much the public media affects your jobs, and they watch every little thing they do until they can ruin your day. They never realize what it's like to be in a police officer's shoes on the daily and never get recognized for the hard work and dedication. So I will leave you all with this. Law enforcement officers have a 54% increase in suicide risk when compared to the civilian population. So I ask all of you tonight, text someone, call someone, ask them how they're doing, because something little like that can go a really long way for someone. Thank you all for being here tonight, and stay safe.
Good evening. My name is Julia Maurer, and I'm a senior at Frankenmuth High School and a second-year student in the Law and Public Safety program at the Saginaw Career Complex. I've had an interest in law enforcement for a long time, and it is my desire to pursue it as my career. One of the biggest opportunities I've received is being a member of the Michigan State Police program at the Tri-City Post. During these meetings, we have learned the basics of law enforcement and run through different training scenarios. These scenarios and others have shown me how much law enforcement really does for a community every day. Unfortunately, there are some men and women who pay the ultimate price for the same cause. I will forever remember what they have done for me, and I am incredibly grateful for their sacrifice. This career is one of the most dangerous but also the most rewarding careers. Seeing different agencies and officers from all over the state come together today to remember these fallen officers is truly amazing. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten and never taken for granted. Most importantly, these are the leaders of our communities, and they are also sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, and family members of so many and loved ones of so many. I would like to say thank you, and I hope to be in your same seat someday, serving the community just like you have done for me. I'd say thank you to all the loved ones and families of officers who are here tonight remembering these fallen officers, and thank you for all the officers for everything you do for our community each and every day. Your sacrifice and these heroes' names will live on forever.
Good evening. I'm Cody Ruiz, a senior at John Glenn High School, a second-year student in the Bay Aranac ISD Career Center Law Enforcement Program, and a member of the Michigan State Police Explorer Program. Through the past 2 years, I have learned a lot about what police do on a day-to-day basis. From paperwork to helping people, it's all important. I have so much respect for the men and women who put their lives on the line every day for their communities. I have had the opportunity to ride with a few police officers, and they have taught me so much more than any news article or textbook could teach you about policing. I want to thank every officer and their families for the sacrifices they make every day to protect those around them. There are roughly 17,000 officers in the state of Michigan and 588 separate organizations. There are a total of 660 deaths in the line of duty in the state of Michigan. The main causes of those deaths are gunfire and automobile accidents, totaling to 400 deaths. A retired Michigan State police trooper, Mark Birch, once wrote a quote on the whiteboard at school, and it sticks with me all the time. It reads, "No one is coming to save you." There are many different ways you could look at this quote, but the way I see it is that police officers go into every situation not knowing the outcome. They go into situations by themselves not knowing if this will be the end for them or someone else. And this is a very scary way to think. But most people don't realize that this is a reality for these men and women, and they have to go through this every single day. It takes a special person to do this job, and I appreciate all these officers do for us. We must never forget these officers who have given the sacrifice of their lives. Every year, so many officers die, and they go unrecognized by many people. It is an honor to be a part of this event in honoring those who have fallen, and I want to thank every officer here for the sacrifices they make for their communities.
Good evening. My name is Amanda Height, and I attend Freeland High School. Our next speaker is Chief Jamie Zeckman. She is the Chief of Department of Public Safety at Mott Community College. Chief Zeckman is the great-grandniece of the fallen hero, Officer Frank Kolakowski of the Bay City Police Department. End of watch, December 18, 1923. She began her law enforcement career nearly 25 years ago at the Bay City Police Department, where she worked as a patrol officer and taught the Smart Moves curriculum in the Bay City schools. She went on to spend 17 years at the Saginaw Valley State University Police Department, where she served as a police officer, detective, and sergeant. Chief Zeckman also served as the Chief of Police for the City of Clio and Department and the Deputy Chief of Public Safety for Washtenaw Community College. She was raised in Bay City and is a graduate of Bay City Central High School. She attended Ferris State University, where she earned a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and a master's degree in public administration from Saginaw Valley State University. She is the mother of two daughters, Maureen, age 14, and Ava, age 18. Chief Zeckman is married to her biggest supporter, Kurt. Chief Zeckman is joined on stage with her grandfather, Fred Kolakowski. Please welcome Chief Jamie Zeckman and Fred Kolakowski.
Good.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing my grandpa and I the opportunity to represent the family of Officer Frank Kolakowski and to share the story of my great-granduncle at this 21st annual Project Blue Light ceremony. Uncle Frank was killed by gunfire 100 years ago on December 18th, 1923, while serving as a patrol officer for the citizens of Bay City. I've been attending Project Blue Light the past 20 years or so, and for the last 20 plus years, we've seen this very old black and white photograph of a man who paid the ultimate sacrifice. A picture so much older than most of the others. A photograph of a man from so long ago, a photo that many folks have been looking at for about 91 years, right, Grandpa? How could that still have an impact on a family, on a community, on the Bay City Police Department, on my own career? Let me tell you. When you talk about becoming a police officer, people always ask you if somebody in the family was in law enforcement. They ask you, why do you want to be a police officer? Law enforcement is oftentimes a career choice that is generational in families. For me, the only other officer in my family was Frank Kolakowski from a very, very, very long time ago. When I spoke about becoming a police officer to my Grandpa Fred here, he would say, we had a police officer in the family, my dad's brother, Uncle Frank. In 1985, at the age of 5, I met another hero, Officer Ray Rexer, who is also in this list of heroes who paid the ultimate sacrifice serving the citizens of Bay City. Officer Rexer responded to my home on the west side of Bay City after a child predator targeted our neighborhood. Officer Rexer came to my house, stood in my doorway in full uniform. He was tall and looked official. Officer Rexer was my hero because he helped take a predator out of our neighborhood, and I will never forget that day. Officer Rexer's good initial report and the department's follow-through by Detective Randy Sierras and Detective Toth put a child predator in prison. That moment stuck with me, and I knew that I too wanted to be a police officer like Officer Rexer. I wanted to help the community's most vulnerable, and that became my why. These two stories, one of Frank Kolakowski and one of Ray Rexer, came together in May of 1999 when I was sworn in at the Bay City Police Department. I had my brand new uniform, my brand new gun belt, and some of the best field training officers anyone could ask for. But when I became a police officer at the Bay City Police Department back in 1999, that was the first time that I got to see my Uncle Frank's photograph. Hanging on the wall in the squad room, part of a trio next to Officers Ray Rexer and Terry Jablonski. I looked at those pictures each day at work and paid them a silent respect each day. It's difficult to put into words the feelings that these two photographs would give me each day. They were real people to me with whom I had a unique personal connection with. Those first few weeks at Bay City Police Department were a whirlwind right out of college into an intense field training program. I was what they called new blue at the age of 22 with so much to learn. Then one day, an older retired man by the name of Officer Pete White approached me after the police memorial ceremony during Police Week. For those of you who don't know, Pete White is a retired Bay City police officer who worked from 1966 to 1994. Pete White retired several years before I was hired, but he always came back to attend the police memorial ceremony. Pete handed me an 8x10 frame photograph of my Uncle Frank that he kept on his mantle at home for several years, and he gave me a vintage copy of the Bay City Tribune, Bay City Times Tribune newspaper, dated December 18th, 1923, that contained the first article regarding the murder of Uncle Frank. Pete went on to tell me about his strong emotional connection to Frank's murder, where he worked at the Bay City as a Bay City police officer. No one was ever formally charged with the murder. Pete told me a story about how Officer Toth was having drinks at the bar next to a man who bragged about knowing who killed that policeman in 1923. About the follow-up work that he and Officer Toth did on that case, about how he and his wife formed a friendship with Uncle Frank's widow, dear Aunt Mary, how he and the Bay City Police Department donated $1 per paycheck through payroll to go to Aunt Mary, Uncle Frank's widow, so that she could have a survivable income. He told me about how members of the Bay City Police Department fixed Aunt Mary's roof at 717 Farragut Street, where she lived her entire life before going into a nursing home. And he told me how he and his wife took her care packages and gifts because she was poor and she was alone. That's what police officers do. We are family, we take care of our own. They are a part of the brother and sisterhood. Pete would tell me how he would visit Uncle Frank's grave at St. Stan's ceremony and clean it up, how he called the potential suspect who was thought to have killed Frank right before he retired in 1994, just to cuss him out over the telephone. Frank's death continued to impact those members of the police department decades and decades later. Pete White's now 82 years old, and bless his heart, still feels that connection to a fellow brother in law enforcement who paid the ultimate sacrifice. December 18th, 1923, Tuesday, the Bay City Times-Tribune, Bay City, Michigan. Local policeman is killed by gunman, Frank Kolkowski, shot by prisoner at 35th and Broadway, who my husband and I, we just drove by that location on our way here tonight. Had placed 2 men under arrest at 30th Street and was on the way to a call box to call patrol. Died at hospital this morning. Patrolman Frank Kolkowski, age 31, of 717 Farragut Street South, was shot down and fatally injured about 1:10 this morning at 35th and Broadway Streets by one of 2 men whom he had arrested on suspicion of burglary in the alley back of the Harris Drug Store on 30th Street between Broadway and Marsack Streets. He died at Mercy Hospital about 8:25 this morning. The murdered officer was patrolling his beat about 1 o'clock in the morning when he noticed 2 men in the alley, one of them evidently on the lookout. After questioning the men, Kolkowski arrested them on suspicion and started for a patrol telephone box at the corner of Cass Avenue and Broadway. When they reached the corner of 35th and Broadway, one of the men lagged behind and suddenly drew a .32 caliber automatic revolver and fired at the patrolman from behind at least 7 times, striking Uncle Frank. Patrolman Kolkowski was conscious almost to the time of his death and was able to tell officers some of the details of the shooting, but he could give no description of the men who attacked him in such a cowardly fashion, except that they were youths. Patrolman Frank Kolkowski was Assistant Superintendent of Parks under Eugene Trombley for about a year and became a member of the police force on November 1st when the Office of Assistant Superintendent of Parks was discontinued for winter months. He was assigned to the beat immediately and had served 1 month and 17 days when he was murdered while performing his duties. Patrolman Kolkowski is survived by his wife, who was at the bedside when he passed away, and a daughter, Jermaine, aged 8 years old. Besides his wife and daughter, Patrolman Kolkowski is survived by his parents, John and Rosa Kolkowski of 2419 Fraser Street, 2 brothers, Felix and Al, and 1 sister, Violet, all of this city. And now I'd like to introduce you to my grandfather, Fred Kolkowski, who is the son of Felix Kolkowski. Uncle Frank was your uncle, Grandpa.
Jamie probably covered it up pretty well, all the family of ours. There was a lot of sadness in our family at the time when I was a small boy. The thing that I couldn't understand of his death was there was a lot of sadness and crying in the family. Till later on, I start finding out why. Being a small boy, I quite didn't understand why the crying was. You know, being a small boy, the only crying that I knew was when I got punished, I was crying, you know. I couldn't figure out why everybody was. But later on, as I grew up and I started getting older, my uncles and my dad and mother start filling me in exactly what happened. Not exactly, but just bits and bits and pieces of what happened to my Uncle Frank. And that's probably all I can remember. Jamie covered it all pretty good. I'm sorry for all the policemen that died for us, but that's about all I can say for now. Thank you.
Hey, he's good. He can stay right here. I can talk loud. I'd just like to share on this point the police department of public safety. Meet you. Job well done. Every time I feel a little humbled by this because, you know, we complain nowadays about the media, about cameras being on everywhere we go. This guy arrested 2 people for being by himself, on foot, 6 blocks away from where he could call for help. I mean, we got it pretty good these days, I think, compared to what he went through. Thank you for coming.
I I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Time can bring you down, time can bend your knees. Time can break the heart of you begging please, begging please. Beyond the storm, there's peace, I'm sure, and I know there'll be no more tears in heaven. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven.
Hello, my name is Owen Halstead, and I attend Essexville Garber High School. Our next speaker, Miss Vida Fisher, is the mother of fallen hero officer Owen Fisher. End of watch, July 16th, 2005. Miss Fisher is a trustee with the My Cops organization. Please welcome Miss Vida Fisher.
Thank you for the invitation to speak. I so much appreciate it. Today, as I was figuring out what to wear this evening, I tried on a navy blue blazer. I stuck my hand in the pocket and pulled out a baggie. Just a little one, but it contained 2 mourning bands for badges and my Cops business card. The last time I had worn the blazer was to pin blue ribbons at a police funeral, and I was pinning on both officers and civilians. What is now familiar to me was new and unknown when my son Owen was killed in the line of duty in 2005. What you need to know about Owen was he was a rookie police officer. He was funny, witty, an athlete, smart, and enjoyed spending time with his family and friends. He loved being a police officer, absolutely loved it. He was proud to be serving in his home community of Flint. We were on a ship on the eastern end of the Mediterranean when we received the call from the chief that Owen was dead. Our daughter Katie had to start taking care of everything. Katie and Jeremy, who was then her boyfriend, now her husband, met with our liaison officer to start making plans. It took us 2 days to get home. We had a police escort from the Detroit airport to the funeral home in Flint. I think everybody thought we were somehow or other visiting dignitaries because there was a police escort waiting for us, or we were going to jail. We had some time at the funeral home to say goodbye to Owen, and then began the whirlwind planning of our funeral and visitations. Like everyone who loses a family member or a friend or a coworker, we found ourselves lost. So much to do, so much we didn't know how to do. It was a strange time. Our wonderful liaison officer, the chief, and the other officers were so supportive and helpful. The SMART team organized the honor guards and helped coordinate all that was part of a police funeral. Our priest, who had known Owen since he was a little boy, provided great solace. All of it was overwhelming. Our liaison officer, before the funeral, said there was a group that would like to come before the funeral and pin ribbons on everyone attending. He explained that they were members of Michigan Concerns of Police Survivors, a group of people who were family and co-workers of fallen officers. We got to meet them for a short amount of time, and they made such a strong, strong impression. A short time, they knew exactly what we were experiencing, and it felt wonderful to meet them. A short time after the funeral, I received a phone call from a mom who'd lost her son in the line of duty. She agreed to keep in touch, and we did so over the months leading up to a meeting with my cops to prepare to go to Police Week in Washington, D.C. We were invited to attend the My Cops State Memorial in early May. My Cops went with the families and departments to D.C. for Police Week. I can't imagine going there without them or without the department. They were such a help. The Concerns of Police Survivors workshop helped us all. Owen was honored at the Candlelight Vigil and the FOP service on National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Day. Shortly after returning home, I was invited to attend a My Cops meeting. After I attended a few meetings, I became more involved with My Cops. I was called upon to pin at funerals and was happy to help out. A few years later, I joined the board of My Cops and served as secretary and am now a trustee. It's been a positive and rewarding experience. Michigan Concerns of Police Survivors provides resources to assist in rebuilding the lives of surviving family members and co-workers of law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty as determined by federal guidelines. Furthermore, My Cops provides training to the law enforcement agencies on survivor victimization issues and educates the public of the need to support law enforcement professionals and its survivors. On a personal level, I have met people who helped us all along the route to go from surviving to thriving. It's a tough road if you try to do it alone. Several of our board members are here, and I'd just like them to stand if they would. Many, like me, have been coming here for years and really appreciate all that's been done. All of them have been instrumental in helping others to move along this journey. Because it means a lot to us, many of us have attended this Project Blue Light service for years. It's wonderful, especially at this time of year, to know our officers are not forgotten, that all first responders are not forgotten. The students, faculty, and staff of the Criminal Justice Program make all of us, family members, co-workers, friends, and departments, feel welcomed and honored. It's a very special evening. This past Sunday at our My Cops Christmas program, we presented our Carol Law award for volunteerism and service to this wonderful group. The plaque reads, Carol Law Award for Volunteerism presented to Bay Aranac ISD Criminal Justice Program in recognition and appreciation for your continued support and active involvement from the Michigan Concerns of Police Survivors. I would right now like to invite all the students, past students, because I know many of you are here, faculty and staff to please come forward so that you all here tonight can join us on the MyCops board in recognizing these young people and their mentors. Please come forward. Come on, all of you. Here they come. These folks have been doing this program for all of us for so very long, and it was our honor to recognize them, and we appreciate them so much. Thank you. So, thank you so much. Can you pass me my notes? I think there's a few, are there any sheets of paper? Thank you.
Okay. Good evening. On behalf of the Bay Aranac ISD Career Center and the Saginaw Career Complex, we would all like to thank everyone for that award. Thank you.
My name is Jameson Ball. I attend Swan Valley High School. Sheriff Swanson of Genesee County oversees the 5th largest sheriff's office in Michigan. He's a career police officer with experience spanning 3 decades. He has served in a variety of positions, including corrections, patrol, narcotics, criminal investigations, human trafficking investigations, and command operations. Sheriff Swanson attended Mott Community College and holds a bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Michigan. In 2019, Sheriff Swanson was instrumental in the creation of GHOST and IGNITE programs, which both have received national recognition. Sheriff Swanson is married to his wife Jamie, and they have 2 sons named Riley and Jordan. Unfortunately, Sheriff Swanson was called to Washington, D.C. today for a meeting, so he sent us this tape message for tonight's ceremony.
Project Blue Light. 21 years in the making, solely by students, those that are looking to see law enforcement as their future. Representing the middle part of our I-75 corridor, the Bay and Saginaw County, let me tell you why that's important, because you're my neighbor. My name is Sheriff Chris Swanson here in Genesee County. There are people that are watching this video right now that have felt the pain personally of a fallen officer. When an officer gets killed in line of duty, it's a part of our fabric that's impacted. Owen's mother's here. Ms. Fisher, I was there 2005 on scene as well as to celebrate his life, your own son, Owen. I think of the families that are in the crowd right now that have experienced it, that are being loved on by the hundreds of people at this event, of which I wish I could be there, but I cannot. When asked to do a message, I was so eager to do it because I've seen the aftermath after 30 years on this job of what families have to go through. What families go through every day that they watch their loved one walk out the front door into a patrol car at all times of night, missing soccer games and birthday parties. You allow us to do that. And when the ultimate sacrifice is given, we want you to never, ever, ever forget. We love you, and we will continue to love you. I think of the O'Rourke family. John O'Rourke, who was a West Bloomfield police officer who was killed in 2012. His parents come here once a year with his own patrol car that they bought from the West Bloomfield Police Department for $1. The same car that he took to that scene. And he comes here during our Back to the Bricks celebration to remember the work that Officer O'Rourke did. So whether it's Owen Fisher or John O'Rourke or any of the officers in this state or around this nation that have given their life for peace, for justice, that's honor. And so I want to thank those that continue to push this message. The next generation of protectors and servant leaders and unifiers, we need you. We need you to stay the course, because those that gave their life, they deserve your very best. Thank you for coming. To the family, we'll never forget you.
I'm Angela Nichols from Sanford Meridian Early College. As a token of our appreciation, we would now like to present a wreath to the families of fallen officers that are here tonight. We'd ask, when your officer is called, a family member, please stand. A law enforcement student will bring you a wreath to you. Family representative for Deputy Kevin Sherwood, Clare County Sheriff's Office. Family representative for Sergeant Patrick O'Rourke, West Bloomfield Police Department. Family representative for Deputy Kelly Vermash, Huron County Sheriff's Office. Family representative for Constable Richard Verdecki.
Good evening. My name is Josiah Heron from Valley Lutheran High School. Family representatives for Colin Rose, Wayne State University Police Department. Family representative for Officer Daryl Black, Long Beach Police Department, California. Family representative for Officer Frank Kolakowski, Bay City Police Department.
I am Raina Nurnberg from Standish Sterling High School. Family representative for Sheriff Deputy Chad D. Shaw, McCracken County Sheriff's Office, Kentucky. Family representatives for Officer Jennifer Fettig, Taylor Police Department. Family representative for Officer Owen Fincher, Flint Police Department.
Hello, I'm Wyatt Hendricks from Freeland High School. We would now like to show our appreciation to those that are still serving our communities each and every day. As we call your department or agency, would one representative please come forward to accept a wreath? Please proceed towards Jersey, as she will show you where to stand. Representative of the Bay County Prosecutor's Office. Representative of the Michigan Department of Corrections. Representative of the Bay City Department of Public Safety. Representative of the Vassar Police Department. Representative of the Livingston County's Sheriff's Office. Representative of the Michigan National Guard. representative of the Tibbetawasi Township Police Department, representative of the Clare County Sheriff's Office, representative of the Michigan State Police 3rd District Headquarters, representative of the Sault Ste. Marie, Canada Police Department, representative of the Pinconning Police Department, representative of the Sebowang Police Department, representative of the Genesee County Sheriff's Office.
I am Lydia Kondrowski from Bay City Western High School, representative of Delta College Department of Public Safety. Representative of Saginaw City Police Department. Representative of Saginaw Township Police Department. Representative of Delta College Police Academy. Representative Buena Vista Police Department. Representative of Fraternal Order Police Lodge 103. Representative Covenant Hospital Security. Representative of Frankenmuth Police Department. Representative of Michigan State Police Tri-City Post. Representative Bay County 911. Representative Bay County Sheriff's Office. Representative Hampton Township Department of Public Safety. Representative Saginaw County Sheriff Support Division. Representative Saginaw County 911. Representative of Ogama County Sheriff's Office.
I am Jemiah Wilson from Arthur Hill High School, representative of the Saginaw Valley Police K-9 Association. Representation of the Midland City Police Department. Representation of the Midland City Police Department. Representation of the Michigan Department of Natural Resources. Representative of the Exeterville Department of Public Safety. Representative of the Bridgeport Township Police Department. Representative of the Michigan Attorney General's Office. Representative of the Saginaw Valley State University Police Department. Representative of the Michigan State Police Lapeer Post. Representative of Crime Stoppers, Genesee County. Representative of the Huron County Sheriff Office. Representative of the Delta College Criminal Justice Department. Representative of the Mott College Department of Public Safety. Representative of the Bay County Probate Court. representative of the Bangor Township Fire Department, representative of the Shiawassee County Sheriff's Office, representative of the Saginaw County Sheriff's Office, representative of the Saginaw County Sheriff's Office, representative of the Bay County Sheriff's Office Correction Division, representative of the Michigan State Police Crime Lab, representative of Michigan State Police Carroll Post, representative of Saginaw County Animal Control, representative of Mobile Medical Response, representative of the Green Oak Township Police Department, Are there any other police departments that were not called? If so, please come to the front and a student will give you a wreath.
I'm Blake Allison from Bay City Western High School, and now a moment of silence.
present arms. Order. Arms. Carry. Colors. Color. Rico.
Good evening. I am Carrington Marshall from Bridgeport High School, and it has been our privilege to be a part of this 21st annual Project Blue Light. Thank you to our partners, First Presbyterian Church, the Bay City Western Select Choir, the Saginaw County Sheriff Support Division, Meyer and KG Bystro. There are cookies and punch in the foyer. We would like you to know during this Christmas season, we will have all of you in our hearts and prayers, and we will display a blue light for all of you. Please drive safely and have a good night.